You know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm headed to the store right now and I'm thinking about we the people. I'm seeing all kinds of things out here you can imagine. I'm looking at basically how we are traveling up and down the streets, those of us who are in a car. And I'm thinking about the individuals in these various cars. I know they represent the common everyday things of life that each of us, one way or another, experience. But to get straight to the point, I'm thinking that all of us, each of us, can have our dreams met. Basically, we can have our food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, benefits of the infrastructure, and whatever humankind imagine and cause the manifestation thereof that any of us have a desire, want, or need for would be made available to us because the resources are free. The ones who benefit from it are we the people in one way or another. And each of us engage ourselves through a career that gives us our greatest joy, which makes it a wonderful thing, something to be grateful for. And in the process of exercising those gifts, we create in an abundance so much that no one would have to be absent any of these things. And by doing that, it would bring us to a certain measure of peace and prosperity and freedom and joy in our lives and happiness, that our dreams are met. I'm thinking about that. It is here before every last one of us. But I'm thinking as I drive down the street, there are people out here who don't care anything about that because they have learned that if you're big and bold and got something going on that others don't, you can take control of this stuff because these guys who think that's like I just got through mentioning to you are out of their minds. And what these new thinkers want is to convince you that this is not a better way while they use you to cause a greater manifestation for them. And they might give you a little bit more while they're causing pain and suffering from others. Now, there is a way to defeat that, and that is that everybody stand up. But the powers that resist this and cause all this pain and suffering says, if you stand up, this is what I'll do to you. I'll persecute you. I'll do this, I'll do that. I will cause you as much pain and suffering as I possibly can if you don't fall in line. And then you don't fall in line, and everybody falling out of line, and things go crazy. Now people are lying, cheating, stealing, they're doing everything, trying to survive. Nothing is working, everything is messed up. But it would still require the same thing that was required in the beginning, that you stand up, that you don't take the stuff. Then they say, well, we'll kill you. Well, damn it, you're going to die anyway. And if you believe somebody or something is responsible for your existence and you are doing the right thing, why don't you think that same power would protect you? I mean, you don't know where you come from. You don't know where you're going. But why can't you think something like that? Why do you have to think this crazy stuff that keeps you in bondage? I'm just thinking about that. Every last one of these cars out here, all of these people in these cars, everybody in their homes, if they stood up for what was proper, if they just demanded that justice and make sure that it exists. These things you can control. You can't make a person love a person. I mean, they have to do that on their own. But you can set a system up that requires that people, require that people act right. You know what I mean? So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen who are listening to my voice right now, we got to do something. I talk to you about God to say that God is responsible for life. Anything that takes away from that is a demon. And if we allow that to happen to us and walk around fussing with our mouth stuck out talking about we pissed off, we don't take it no more, we ain't done nothing but aiding the demons. We ain't doing nothing but aiding the demons. Understand? Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.